Hey everyone, welcome to the bag. If you're new, like, sub, turn all the notifications on so you're notified immediately when vids like this drop. And if you're returning, as always, welcome back. Happy New Year's, guys. I know we didn't have as many views on yesterday's vid, and of course, with the early games, that's going to be the case again tomorrow. There is no final take, so I will say that this early look vid is also the final take vid for tomorrow. And guys, we killed it and we closed the year out strong, let me tell you. A lot of the guys in there, I'm sure, like, they always have their own couple of plays, and they look over my sheet. They play what they play. We had a lot of guys in there that hit 5 and 6 sweeps. Everybody in the Discord had an excellent night. I'm glad. Like, I wanted to at least close out the year strong. I worked extra hard, did the homework for you guys, and I think me and Roxy came through for you guys. Roxy's pick, Desmond Bain, killed it. My picks, I was high on, killed it. I'm sorry, I thought I had Jalen Johnson up on there because, like, when I was going back and forth between like YouTube on my phone to Prize Picks, and I'd go back to the sheet I was working on, it wiped the whole sheet out, and it was just the original six I had up there, and I thought I remembered all the plays I had in there, so I threw them back up there, and I accidentally forgot to put Jalen Johnson for over 16 and a half points up there. But even so, we still had a lot of, I didn't gather everything up yet, but just looking back on it, we had a lot of hits across the board. Like I said, your boy worked hard, did the homework, got the plays out to you guys, got the news out to you guys. So everybody did their part. Job well done, everybody. We came through today, looking to come back strong again here today. And my the video cut short, and I apologize. That's because I didn't realize that I didn't clean my trash out when I thought I did. So I had a few older videos still sitting in there, so my memory was gone. But should be good here. With that being said, I realized how it sounded on the playback. I was on the when I was with my ex. She was the one that looked at the dog. She's wanting to go see the dog. I was on the fence about it, especially because I knew that it might ultimately come down to me having to be responsible for a dog, because I didn't really know if she was going to be responsible or not for the dog. So with that being said, obviously I was the one that was more responsible. I've taken care of her, and yeah, we've just been together ever since. She hasn't, my ex hasn't been around. We don't really talk in like 4 years or more. So Roxy's my dog, and she's gonna be with me until that day comes for her to go home. So look, just wanted to clear that up with you guys. I didn't make it sound like I didn't want anything to do with her. I just we've had so many family dogs when I growing up. We had they become like family when you get attached to them, especially when they're great dogs. And there's, everyone knows dogs, they live, well, most of the dogs we've had live like 12, 14 years, and then that's it. And when they go, it's, it doesn't hurt any differently than, losing a family member. So that's the whole reason I didn't want a dog. I've been through enough pain. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We got some news to touch on here. So first leg of a back-to-back is Charlotte. On the second leg of a back-to-back today is Phoenix. We have Jimmy Butler out, Kyle Lowry questionable, Bruce Brown doubtful, Jabari Smith questionable, Kyrie Irving questionable, Kawhi Leonard questionable, Josh Richardson questionable, Torrey Eason questionable, Kamara questionable, Seth Curry questionable, Mason Plumlee questionable, uh, Bouchamp questionable, Reggie Jackson's probable, Highwood Highsmith is doubtful, Caleb Martin is doubtful, uh, Ruth or Reith or however you pronounce his name, he's doubtful, and Quentin Grimes is not on the injury report. You pronounce Reith. I'm sorry if I killed that. Oh, also before we get into that, because I always forget to do this, I'm gonna go ahead. If you're not on Prize Picks yet, I'm gonna give you a code, and you can go put this code in. I never promote this, and I should, because it helps you out and it helps me out too a little bit, especially when I have bad days. My three-pick hit today, though. I had Jalen Johnson over 16 and a half points with the two centers. I was high on Claxton and Nurkic for over rebounds and assists. They killed it. So my three-pick hit. And but yeah, if you're not on Prize Picks yet and you want to get in on the action, use this code PR-D2PUO88. Again, that's PR-D2PUO88. And they will give you a 100% deposit match up to $100, and it'll also help me out in return, so I appreciate that. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on to these game spreads and totals. So, first game of the day is Minnesota at New York with a 1.5 spread. Favoring Minnesota with a 222.5 over under. So, not a super high total, but it's going to be a tight one. And then next up, we have Cleveland at Toronto with a 2.5 swing favor in Toronto. So once again, a tight one and a 223.5 over under. So not necessarily a super high over under, but a tight one. Next up, we got Indiana at Milwaukee with a 7.5 swing favor in Milwaukee with a 260 over under. So definitely a high scoring on this one. Should stay fairly within hand anyhow at first look. So kind of like in this one as well. I don't think they have any pieces for this up yet. At least I didn't see any, but this one here might have a little bit of interest in, maybe possibly. But we got a 7-point swing favor in Detroit versus Houston with a 228 over under. And then, as you guys know, like I said, Kyrie's questionable as of right now. I haven't seen anything on Luka, but as of right now, Dallas at Utah with a 3.5 swing favor in Dallas with a 243.5 over under. So not a bad total on this one either. Then we have Charlotte at Denver, complete blowout risk. They're favoring Denver by 14.5 with a 229 over under. So if you have any interest in this one, maybe you might want to look at some first half pieces. But considering that Charlotte's on their first leg of a back to back and all that, probably just I personally don't have a whole lot of interest in this one. Then we got Portland against Phoenix with 11.5 swing favor in Phoenix with a 229.5 over under. So not a bad total, but definitely a little bit of blowout risk in this one. And then for the late night hammer, we got Miami at the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6.5 swing favor in the Clippers with a 228.5 over under. So not a bad total. Could very well stay within hand. Person I'd like to see from this would be James Harden, but last time I looked, he wasn't up on the board. Check real quick. Yeah, they haven't had anything new. So again, this is just a first look, guys, like usual. Just put a little bit, put my little bit of homework into it. And as of right now, first look, these all look great. We got Jalen Brunson for over 26.5 points. We got Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man, with over 29.5 points. Love Anthony Edwards here in this spot. If you like him on points and rebounds or PRA or whatever, ain't got no issues with that. And then we got the big train Carl Anthony Towns. We're gonna take him for less than 31.5 PRA here again, in a tough front court matchup against Julius Randle and the New York Knicks. We're gonna take my man Halliburton again here. He made some history last game out. We know this is a good spot against Milwaukee point guard, so we're looking at him once again for over on the points and assists over 39.5. This one here is a good, solid, tight matchup. So I'm liking Chris Middleton for over 25.5 points and assists. If you like the PRA or whatever on him, or just points, they all look pretty good. And then last, certainly not least, we got Jacob Patel. We're going to take him for more than 8.5 rebounds against Cleveland here. I'm not looking for anything crazy out of him. Just if we can even get around 28 to 30 minutes out of Patel in this matchup against Cleveland, I mean, he should. I mean, I get it's a slower paced matchup, but he should easily be able to come into at least 9 rebounds when it's said and done against Cleveland. Like I said, I do know it's a tough matchup, but we know Patel. We know Patel and the upside he brings. Excuse me, especially when he's getting the minutes, and that's what I'm looking at here. I'm hoping the minutes are there for him as well as the opportunities. So again, guys, first look, what's on the board. Certainly hope you guys are having a wonderful, safe, New Year's Eve and a New Year's. That you guys make it home safe, don't drink and drive, and all that good stuff. We do care about you guys. And Roxy had her little birthday party today because today is her birthday, so she got a little doggy cake, and all that good stuff. So she had a good day, and she's laying down now because she's so full. But just want to let you guys know it was a good day, and we kicked back here a little bit. We just drank our drink a little bit and got a little fuzzy and all that good stuff and a little smoky. But yeah, so we're gonna close out with tonight's prayer. Dear Lord, may you continue to bless us with the simplest of blessings, such as waking up tomorrow. Amen. All right, guys. Once again, Roxy and I were more than happy we could come through for you here. Definitely was a bounce back day. Definitely came out finishing this year strong. Looking to come out and start the new year strong tomorrow. So hope you're all there with us.